Now, I've already given you guys the first piece of the puzzle, which is actually building a micro personal brand as proof that e-commerce can change your life. But let's just cut to the chase, because there is a catch and it may not be what it seems. Look, I am no Picasso, but let me paint a picture for you guys real quick. I want you to imagine yourself completing a task that requires almost no effort. No paying portions of what you make to higher ups. No working for 8 hours a day just so you can meet your monthly rent. But simply printing money from doing this or this. You get what I'm getting at. 2 months ago, I monetized my first channel on YouTube. And with that goal being reached, it gave me the time to start working on one of my first e-commerce businesses. Some of the most talented e-commerce entrepreneurs can't manage to get their first sale or even create their first product for months or even years. But I found some success early. I got my first sale 2 days after launching the first product on my first store. But how does that make me any different from the rest? I remember it so vividly. I thought the day that I would get monetized would be the best day of my life. I thought I was gonna be crying tears of joy. But in reality, I hit it and I was not satisfied. I was like, dang, I thought this was finna hit. Newsflash. It didn't. Anyways, I immediately started figuring out what kind of business I was gonna run. Dropshipping? Nah. Maybe day trading? Nah. Amazon FBA? Digital products? That's my shit, look. It's the love of my life. When this e-commerce idea clicked, I immediately started locking it. With no hesitation, I closed down my old Shopify store, invested in a HostZinger store, and no, I'm not sponsored by HostZinger. But I'm waiting. Did some research on digital products, created a product with my own proven value, and then waited for some results. And like I said, 2 days later, I got that first sale. And when I figured out where that buyer bought my product from, that realization quite frankly changed my life. And later on in this video, I'm gonna give you what was in that first course that I made for free. And maybe it'll change yours too. In your store, you can see where the impressions came from. Some people go door to door, not throwing no shade. Some people promote with ads. Some do it organically. But ladies and gentlemen, I got the sale from Google. A lot of you may have heard about Etsy, the website where they push different products, but you have to cross your fingers and pray that you get chosen. But that life-changing method is not due to luck. Etsy is. It comes down to so much more than that. And you can make so much money that it feels illegal. Like sometimes when I wake up and get a sale, I'll be like, this doesn't even feel right. But it is. And I genuinely am helping someone. To not even mention the sale, getting an impression from Google search from a store that I opened no less than 48 hours ago made no sense to me. We've all heard of the strategy where you run meta ads to get clicks from people who you know would want to buy your product. And that's a viable source for sure. But there is a downside to that. And it's oh yeah, it costs money. And not having a lot of startup money to experiment with and lollygag with is not uncommon. But luckily you ran into a guy who found some success without ever really needing startup money. This life-changing method comes down to learning a singular skill that has 2 routes. And I can't wait to show you them in a second. I'm actually so excited. But first I have to finish explaining to you why this e-commerce model will take you from being confused to feeling confident in your business. As a full-time college student who lives in an apartment with his friends and worked a job, I knew this model was gonna be life-changing, super scalable, and fun once I got my most recent check from work. Because I realized that I made more money working on YouTube and funneling my business than I did from selling jewelry for hours and hours a day. The payoff is so much larger than the small amount of time that it takes to make a product with real value. One man's crappy course can be another man's key to financial freedom. Everyone has problems that need to be solved. And as a content creator, every subscriber is following you for a reason, and it's most likely to help them solve a problem. But here's the catch. I know I talked about all the upside of this model, and I didn't lie, but this is not easy. See, it took me nearly a year of trial and error. Fails that humbled me like Braun blocking Iggy in the finals. And the truth that's really hard to swallow is that you can't be really great at 2 things at once. See, I started my first dropshipping business when I was fairly new to YouTube. And with my time being divided, the success on YouTube and dropshipping dipped really low. But this isn't necessarily the case with this model. If you choose to go the YouTube route that I'm going to showcase in a second, then you'll still be able to run a business without having to worry about having enough time to become great at it. So if you made it this far, enjoy this pot of gold that I'm about to give you, and welcome to the Money Masterclass. So I put together an entire little mini course of what was first in my course that I started that made me my first sales from digital products. And that actually took a couple of my clients from 0 to 1,000 subscribers, and also helped them get their first sales within the first week of them checking out the course. So what I always like to start off with is explaining that digital products plus a community YouTube feature is the ultimate way to start selling digital products. And you don't have to have a following. You don't have to have 500, 1,000, 20,000, 50,000 subscribers. You simply just need to make a channel and start posting these community posts, which I'll show you in a second, because it doesn't require making 5, 10, 15-minute videos. It doesn't require shorts. It's just straight up typing like 50 words and then linking your store in there. And if they like what you're saying, then they can purchase it. But essentially, this is what I did in my first month. So I had my first couple of sales. They're very cheap. So this is actually a decent amount of sales, but I sold them for literally the price of a sandwich. Like, I was not charging a lot for something that I had just made like very recently. So I'm sitting at 1,900 subscribers. This is how much I've made since January, because we hit the payout threshold. And this is where I came from. But I was already able to make digital products at this point. So when I had 500 subscribers, which was like 8 months ago, 100%, I was getting 50, 60 responses on my community polls. So at that point, that's when I knew that I could start selling digital products. And I just didn't because I wasn't thinking about it. But looking back now, I would have made so much more progress than I have already. So for the people who don't have a channel or who are just about to start a channel, just know if you have 10, 15, 20 subs, plus the organic reach from the community tab, you will have the chance to get a lot of sales. So this is an example of how I just write up a little story. I'll say it's $1. If you want to build this skill and scale digital products along with me, check it out. This one got sales. I have different ones where I'll write a longer story, and I'll talk about how I went through a struggle of being super broke, lazy, emotional at a young age, and then I learned how to make money online. I showed them what I was doing. I had to go to work with kids at Lifetime, and I was still trying to get up a video. This is me at school working on a video, but it was flopping, and then boom, jackpot right there. So what I'm getting at is that you don't need to be known to find success selling digital products. Like, that's also true with drop shipping and Amazon FBA, but this is very easy to do. It's not saturated at all, and it's new, but it's scaling. Like, 2025 is going to be the first year that this platform, according to Forbes, is over $325 billion. That's a lot of money off of digital products. Older people are starting to buy stuff online. And it's nice to also post on the community tab, because you find what people who watch your videos consistently want to see. I went from posting story videos and like whatever content I was in, I had no niche, to actually just being able to post what I want. And I like helping people and showing them how they can make money like me, because this is all just a business. So this was my first store, the Money Masterclass. It's still the one I run. I like to put up a couple of my comments from people who bought my course, who've checked it out. There's a lot more, but I have just not gotten around to adding all of them on there, because I feel like it's just not necessary. But he said the Money Masterclass transformed my approach. You know, it's just like, it works. So this is my one-on-one coaching. It's on sale right now. All of my first courses are $1 right now. It's the price of a sandwich. So if you want to buy that, you can, which is just going to be more in-depth content as similar to this stuff. But something else that you can do is you can build a community. Like, I have people who mess with my content, mess with what I make. So I made that community on Instagram. We're taking one more free spot. And after that, there's going to come with a price. But I've posted this in a lot of my videos. So if you're a member, you're lucky. You know what goes on in there. We be eating in there. We be cooking. I told them. I said, I'm coming with heat this year. Chef's kiss. I'm dropping multiple bangers a week. Stop playing with me. Now, something else you can do, you can drop Google Forms. You can ask for their name, their email. And I said, what's the biggest problem you face with growing on YouTube? You ask them different questions. What's holding you back from making 1, 5, 10K a month? And they can respond to those. And then you know exactly what the people you're working with need help on. And you can make something that will help them. And if you do want to go the YouTube route, which I recommend, then you should do it like this. So I purposely made my last video off of copying something very outside of my niche. I forced myself to get addicted to Zens. I got addicted to making FU money. It didn't perform well. It's a 10 out of 10. It's like the worst video on my channel right now. I don't think I have a video with less views than this. But I know exactly why it didn't work. Because the FU money trend, it is a thing. See, this guy got 253 views. This guy got 1.2. But it's not enough people searching FU money. Like, it's just not a trending topic. But it has potential maybe in the future. But this is one of my better videos, the sad state of ultra rich millionaires, teenage millionaires. And it performed so well because I went off people like Jordan Welch, who did asking teen millionaires how they got rich, and then asking how young YouTube millionaires are lying to you. That also got 1 million views. That's like a common trend. And it happened 2 years ago, 1 year ago, and then 7 months ago, which means that it just had all of that popularity for years. People are still to this day searching that current topic, and that video to this day still gets a good amount of views. So what I'm getting at is that going from the community post, helping people through Instagram, you can post this on all your social media. You will find success with digital products. You don't need to have 100,000 views every video, but you very well can get that with that method I just showed you right up here. But the other thing is, when you get wins, when you help people out, you need to be posting that on your community tab so people know that what you're doing is legit. Like, this is my friend. We did a little bit of ideating together, helped them with the ideas, what the caption on the video should say, and it's at now it's at 141,000 views. This was 5 days ago. It's popping off. I said that revenue was going stupid. Simple changes in creation, experimentation, understanding the science of YouTube, and knowing how to position yourself to succeed. He made 2 times revenue on high performing videos simply because he followed my method. If you want to learn more, go check out the masterclass. He only had 1 ad on his video. His video was 11 minutes, 24 seconds. He almost quadrupled his ad revenue from that single video from following my steps. It's things like that that will help you and help other people find success on YouTube with your own digital product or on e-commerce. So that's exactly how e-commerce changed my life and how it can change yours too. But there's something I didn't tell you previously. If you don't know how to incorporate that value into your business, so click on this video right here or the first link in the description if you want to learn how to take e-commerce and your brand to the next level.